Hey everyone, Taco here, and I hope... Wait a second. Something's not right here. Hold on one sec. Ah, there we go. So I just turned on my Nanlite FS-300B point source light, and that just happens to be the topic of this video. So let's get to it. Now Nanlite did provide this unit for me for review purposes, but all opinions are my own, and they did not view this video before posting. Now if you've been watching my previous videos, you may have noticed that my lighting was all over the place as I experimented with different settings, lights, setups, and so on. As a working professional, I'm more accustomed to using speed lights and strobe lights, so video production and continuous lighting is new to me, and I haven't quite reached the point where I'm happy with the settings and setups to make it permanent. But I'm happy to say that now I have this powerful point source light that I hope my lighting at least will be a little bit more consistent. Now this isn't going to be your traditional review where I go through the specs and the settings. I thought it might be a fun way to review this lighting based on some of the ways that I myself and yourself might use it the most in a one-person setup. If you want the specs, you can pause the video on the next screen and read up on it. There's also a bunch of other YouTube videos that you can view, and I can link some of those in the description below. Nanlite has two lines of point source lights, the FS line and the Forza line, with the former being more compact, affordable, and plug-in powered. Right now, I'm using the Nanlite FS-300B, which is the bicolored version that allows me to change the color temperature of the light from 2700K to 6500K. And it's great because it allows me to use these lights in different lighting conditions, such as this one, where I'm shooting in 6500K, or here, where I'm mimicking the soft, warmer sunlight coming through the window at around 3100 Kelvin. Or even here outdoors, where I'm set at 5600K daylight to balance the power of the sun. One thing to note is over time, LED lights may gradually introduce green or magenta shifts in color. If you're only using one light in your setup, this may not be much of an issue, but if you're using multiple lights in your production, these shifts in color might be more recognizable, leading the light manufacturers to introduce the ability to change the tint from green and magenta. The FS-300B does not have this ability, so just make note of that. Right now, I have the FS-300B set up on my camera left with a 90cm softbox, and that's roughly 2 feet away from me. The power setting is set to about 10%, which is more than enough for this one-person talking head scenario. Now, the FS-300B and the 90cm softbox is set at camera right, approximately 2 feet away from me, and the power setting is also around 10%. And now the 90cm softbox and light are at camera left around 8 feet away with power setting to 100% to balance the brightness of the sun. The FS-300B does have a fan and it does make a bit of noise, but does that get in the way of your video? I can't hear it, and the microphone is sitting right next to the unit itself. You can turn the fan off using the Nanlink app or directly on the unit itself, but do note that once you turn the fan off, the maximum power output is about 25%. But if you're like me and you're only using it at about 10%, then either way works well anyway. The FS-300B comes with a reflector that lets you change the light angle from 10 degrees to approximately 120 degrees. It's sturdy and provides stronger light in the center and falls off quickly around the edges. The 90cm softbox pairs well if you want a softer look to the light, letting the light wrap around the subject more. The FS-300B comes with two diffusion panels, so you can switch between them depending on how much diffusion you want. The grid is optional and costs an extra amount. It lets you focus the light more on the subject, reducing the light spillage around the subject. The Nanlink app is available for iOS and Android devices. The app is easy to use, paired quickly with my light, and gives me the option to change the power, temperature, and even turn the fan on and off. Overall, I really like the Nanlite FS-300B. It provides enough light for my one-person setup. The light is super bright, and with the ability to change the temperature from 2700K to 6500K, I can film in any location I want, provided I have a power source. The Softbox does a great job at softening and wrapping the light around your subject. And the grid is always available if I want to focus the light more on my subject, concentrating the soft light more on your subject. The Nanlite FS line of light is available in 60, 150, 200, and 300 daylight and bicolor models, so you can get the one that best suits your needs. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions about this light in particular, please do comment below and I'll try my best to answer them. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care.